Well, you guys, since we did Baby Yoda in my previous tutorial, then we might as well do the Mandalorian. Am I right? Am I right? What is going on, Drawing 2 crew? Ramny here with a brand new drawing tutorial, and today we are going to be drawing Mando, aka the Mandalorian from the TV show The Mandalorian. Let's do this. Alright, before we start, be sure to read the description of this video. Down there, you'll find a list of my drawing tools, some tips to succeed in your drawing, and a link to a free coloring page based on this video tutorial. And having said all of that, grab your drawing tools, let's draw Mando. Alright, you guys, here we have a brand new drawing tutorial. I've got my paper in portrait mode for this, although it really doesn't matter because we're going to be drawing just like half of the Mandalorian or Mando. So let's go ahead and get started. I've got my paper, sorry, I mentioned that already. I've got my pencil, nice and sharp. It's a this one's HB. Actually, let me switch it to 2B. I prefer 2B pencil. But ultimately, it doesn't matter as long as you kind of draw lightly right now so that you know you can erase it a little bit later on. Anyway, that's enough of my rant. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a circle for the head. And I'm going to draw it slightly more to the right, but not too much. And I'm going to draw it about this big. Okay, so I'm going to draw the head like that, two lines going down, and then I'm going to close it off right here. So that's going to be the head, and of course the helmet is going to go over that, so we want to make sure that we've got, you know, room for the helmet. But if we have the head, what we can do is we can kind of shape the way that we want the body. So I've got the neck down here, which is going to be covered later on, so I'm not worried about that. Let me zoom in so you guys can see. So there's the neck, and then the torso is going to go, or the shoulders are going to go out this way. Okay, now he's sort of got this a bit of a lean, and he's going to be like this. Okay, so I've got my torso. Let me just draw this so you guys want to see. If you guys notice, it's a not super broad. It's kind of got hunched look, but it'll all look good with the armor a little bit later on. So don't worry about it too much. Okay, so here's the back. I'm going to curve the back like this. And this one sort of goes down so you guys can see it's sort of got this lean. If I draw a center line, it should go like that. And then this one, the center line should go like this. And you guys notice it's not quite center. It is closer to this side right here. So this is smaller, this is wider. Okay, so there's that. And I'm probably going to end it right around there. Really, really rough right now. So I'm being as light as I can with my pencil. Okay, so right around here I'm going to draw a shoulder and then the bicep. He's not a muscular guy. Actually, he doesn't even look like he's very well built. He just looks like a guy with a lot of armor. So there you go. Okay, and then there's the elbow part, and then there's the forearm right there, and we don't see much of the forearm, and I did that on purpose because I want this tutorial to be a little bit easy. Like the further you go down, the more detailed we have to draw. We got to draw the belt, we got to draw the gauntlets, and all of that stuff, which will actually take quite a while. So, you know, we're just drawing a simple tutorial of the Mandalorian here. Okay, shoulder right here. This is going to be like a semicircle. A bit of the bicep right there, and then the forearm like this. Now, I do want to mention that you don't want the lean to be like super exaggerated. So I'm finding that mine might be a little bit too exaggerated, so I'm going to fix it right now. Okay, so there you go. Just a little bit more of just pushing it back a little bit like that. And there you go. No big deal. We're in the early stages where we are free and allowed to make mistakes here. I mean, you're allowed to make mistakes in any step. Maybe not so much the inking, because then that'll be difficult to fix. But here we are, just fixing it right now. Okay, so there's our Mandalorian. We want to make sure that the head isn't too small. But that's okay, because we're going to be covering that head with the iconic Mando helmet. Okay, and then, of course, we've got the cape is going to go over like this a little bit later on. So let's go ahead and keep at it. Okay. There you go. Now I'm going to kind of start shaping the Mando helmet. Now the ratio of the helmet kind of matters here. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of just trying to figure out how wide I want the helmet. And you want the helmet to kind of go over the head like this. Okay. with a tip right here, and then this goes over like that. Again, the reason why I drew the head, even though we're not drawing the face or anything, the reason why I drew the head is because I want to have the proportions, you know. I want that helmet to look like there's a head that can actually fit inside. So if you draw the head, then you know the helmet is going to look appropriate. Okay, so there's kind of the way that we want that to go. Okay, I'm going to draw a line going across over here. This is going to be the chest plate. And I did forget to mention, and well, I'm recording this before I'm recording my intro, but I did forget to mention that this is the Mandalorian in the first few episodes of the TV show, so he doesn't have his metal armor on yet. So this is just, you know, his beginning stage, I guess. Okay, there you go. And I kind of forgot what that metal is called. Let me know, remind me in the comment section what that metal is called that they use to forge the Mandalorians, you know, little steel like plates and things like that. Okay, so there you go. So what I'm doing is I'm drawing this rectangle. It kind of goes like that, okay? So imagine a rectangle like so. I'm not going to draw the bottom, just kind of show you where the edges are. Because what it's going to do is it's going to go narrow, narrow, and then like this. Okay, make sure you leave some room down here. I'm going to draw a little point like this after. There you go. And then this is going to be like an extra layer. So that's the thing with the Mandalorian, is he's wearing a good amount of layers. So when he's in the desert and stuff, I can only imagine him just being just crazy sweaty underneath, and he can't take off his helmet, so he's just suffering. I don't know. I feel hot already thinking about it. Okay. So there's that. Here's this layer right here. I'm going to make this layer a little bit wider under the helmet here, or under the armpit, right around there. And then spot right here. I'm going to draw a nice line, curved, like that. Okay. And then we'll finish the rest. Okay, so this top right here is going to be the cape part. Cowl, cape, whatever you want to call it. That's what it is. Okay, and you know what? Let me kind of faintly erase this helmet, or the inside of the helmet right now. Okay, so slowly working on it. Add the details a little bit later. So here's the cape part. Okay, I'm going to draw a line from here going up to the shoulder, and then just going over the shoulder like this, like we did earlier. Here we have the shoulder. Now that shoulder is going to be covered. We'll add some details to that later on. And then here we're going to have another, I'm going to draw a line right here first, and it's going to be covered with armor, like a shoulder plate. Okay, like that, like so, and then just a little lip going out like that. Okay, and before we finish, I'm just going to draw a line going here to there, and then I'm going to create like a, there you go, so just making it look like there's an extra layer right there. Okay, so anyway, ooh, excuse me, something just fell. Let me show you what it is. This is Cosmic Ghost Rider. Nothing to do with the Mandalorian, but whatever. Just showing you guys what fell in the background. Okay, so a strap, this goes here, and then it kind of goes down to here. So just going to draw that strap. Bandolier, is that what it's called? And then the other side of that going across to there. Okay, there you go. Now my pencil's getting a little bit dull. I'm going to go replace that. In the meantime, you guys, let's cut to some commercial, and then we'll zoom in and start drawing the details. Hey guys, this video right here is brought to you by these awesome Patreon patrons. If you are interested in knowing more about how to support this channel through Patreon, check out the link down below, patreon.com/drawit2 for more details. Anyway, let's cut to commercial, and then let's get back to business. All right, you guys, so I've gone ahead and zoomed in on the helmet. So let's go ahead and get started with this iconic helmet here that looks like Boba Fett's, who is, of course, another Mandalorian. Technically not really a Mandalorian, but you know what I mean, right? Okay. So, right around. Okay, so if you guys can see the outline of the head, I'm keeping that in mind because what I want to do is I want to kind of draw where the eyes are going to be, and it's going to be right around there. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to work around those that eye line. So I'm going to draw a curved line going from one side to the other side like this. Okay, I'm going to draw another one above it. There you go. Okay, and then another one below. Actually, not below. Let me draw it above again. Much better that way. So we've got 3 lines going across now. That same curve. Okay. Here's that center line. I'm going to draw it back. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to draw a little T. I'm going to start with 2 lines on each side here. I'm going to actually draw 2 lines like that. Okay, so what this is going to do is going to come down. So this is going to come down and it's going to be fairly straight. I'm going to bring it towards the center like so. And you want to make sure that they're symmetrical to each other. Okay, now I'm going to find 2 spots here, here, and here. You want to make sure that they're even in distance. And that's I'm going to draw 2 lines going down, but it's going to get narrow as you go down. Like this and like this. Not too much now. There you go. Okay, right here. 2 diagonal lines. And then bring this over to the side, like so. And like so. Okay, so I'm trying to make sure that everything is symmetrical because this is fairly symmetrical. Okay, there you go. And you also want to make sure that it has like a very, very slight, kind of goes wide as you go down. So I'm fixing it right now so that it does that. There you go. So there it is. You can kind of shade this. So, you know, it'll give you that distinct Mandalorian helmet look. I'm going to draw another line here, another line here, just to give it some depth, as well as over here, which I'm going to reiterate a little bit later on when I start working on when I start inking it. Okay, now right here, see there's a middle line right here. I'm going to draw 2 lines going like this, from the top line to the middle line, like so. Okay, and then this is going to go curve to the top. Okay, I'm going to create a little bump here at the top, little crest, like that. And then I'm going to erase the center, and then I'm going to draw 2 lines going from the top down, goes across, and then up again. There you go. All right, not bad, not bad. Start over here now, here and here. Actually, let's draw a faint little line going this way on this side, and then we'll draw a line right there. Okay, and what you want to do is you want to bring this and curve all the way to, you see this tip right here? We drew these 2 diagonal lines. So you want to bring that to that tip. Same thing over here, and you want to make sure that it's even. Those curves look symmetrical again. This, by the way, goes across like that. Okay. All right. Now find a spot here, a spot right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw 2 lines going in, that, and then this goes like that, and like this. And then now what you want to do is you want to bring this towards that center, or towards this little point here as well. Like that. All right. Hope that's looking good for you guys. It's not looking too bad on my end. And there we go. Now let's just simplify these And I'm just going to draw a rectangle sticking out, 2 lines right here, and then a tiny little rectangle down at the bottom. Okay, so it's just simplifying it a little bit. Rectangle, you want to make sure that you've got it placed in the same spot, right? So there. And 2 kind of going across right here. And then a tiny little rectangle just below it right here. Okay, there you go. There's the Mando helmet right there. And I think we're good with this one. There's no antenna or a little, what do you call it, a dent right there, just like Boba Fett does. Anyway, that's the Mandalorian helmet. Let's zoom out and let's start working on the fabric. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, let's work on the shoulders and the arms first, because we are going to be draping this fabric over the shoulder. So let's make sure we get that down. Okay, so shoulder right here. I'm going to start with a point right around here. So see this little curve, this little corner here, just around there. I'm going to find a corner and I'm going to bring it out like so. Okay, to about there. And then I'm going to make it go across. Okay, and then this is going to curve up. I'm not worried about it here because it's going to be covered anyway. Okay, and then this is going to go up. Now this is going to go kind of parallel to this line, and then it starts curving its way. So there's there's one shoulder pad. Okay, and then this kind of goes into the arm. It's a little strap right there. Okay, and then while we're here, let's draw the arm now. And the arm, there's like a little piece of fabric that kind of goes across like this, like not a fabric, a seam. Okay. There you go. I'm making that arm a little bit thicker. Let's give him a little bit more thickness in the arm. Now this is going to be a strap, so it's designed to be a little bit tighter, and then it's going to come out a little bit more, like so. Okay, and then there you go. I'm kind of just drawing the. There you go. My train of thought, sometimes I lose it. Okay, so here's some armpit seams. And again, like I like to mention, the armpit is kind of where a lot of fabric gets folded. So, you know, you got to make sure you draw that when you draw the armpits. Okay, there's a strap that goes from here going up towards the shoulder pad. And then that's going to be covered by fabric that goes kind of like that. From the corner, curves like so. Okay, so over here we have this draping over the bandolier strap, but going underneath this chest plate right here. So let's zoom in and work on that. Again, sharpen your pencils. Pause the video, sharpen your pencils if you guys need. Okay, this goes up towards the shoulder like we had earlier. And then I'm just going to create a fold right there. And this is pretty much just a series of folds. Okay, that looks like that. And from the neck, it's going to come out like so. Okay. And then this one goes across like this. Now this is all fabric again, right? Okay, and then this is going to go down. It's going to curve. And then I'm going to bring it down like that. And then this right here is going to go up and down, covers the bandolier, and goes in. So that's all going to be the neck part right there. Okay. And that about covers it. I mean, there's some texture if you guys want to add some texture to it. It looks like a flannel. Zooming out now, let's drape it over the shoulder. So going over here, this sort of goes up at the top, and then just very, very narrow, and then it gets wider down here. Okay, I'm going to go back over here and then draw a line going across like so, and then another one right here. Okay, and then see this curve? I'm just going to draw another curve going like that. There you go. This is just the shadow of the strap here. Okay, so here we have the one of the shoulder blades, shoulder pads, and I'm going to first draw 2 lines going across right here. You know what, I'm going to use the HB pencil, I'm sure it's fine. Okay, this goes across, and then I'm going to bring this up. So you're just following this line here. You're creating a outline inside, if that makes sense. Okay, so it goes like that. And then over here, it sort of overlaps like that. Okay, and lastly, you want to draw this big one. Okay, once you reach here, you want to erase it and then kind of have it go over that. And before you finish, one more just to outline. There you go. Okay, here we have a seam going across over here. Like if you guys really want to get into it, there's stitching going across. I'll leave the image down in the description so you guys can check out the reference photo. And then there you go. So there's one side here, and then now we're going to draw some fabric that's folding. Right here, just to show you guys that this is the part that folds because it is the elbow. Okay, and then just a very, very faint look at the this thing, the I'm losing it. This thing that goes right here, gauntlet, that's the word. Okay, here we go. Line there, line right there for the gauntlet. Okay, and then like that. Now I'm going to draw a line going up just to show that this is the cape, and then lines going up here just to show that it is still part of the cape. Okay, here we go. Here's the center now. And before we do the chest plate, let's kind of just give the inside here a little bit more detail. I drew a seam earlier over here, just, I don't know if you guys noticed that. And I'm going to draw a seam going across like this, and another seam going across here, and then another one right here. So those are essentially 2 lines now. Okay, and then this line going down. Okay, now let's go over on this side and let's just continue the seam. Continue the seam. There you go. Now let's draw the bandolier first, which is the strap that goes from the shoulder down. Okay, what we want to do is we want to show that it looks 3-dimensional. So I'm going to draw a second line here at the top. So now it looks like it's thick, right? You're adding depth. Okay, now we're going to draw a triangle, or sorry, a rectangle, and the rectangle kind of goes like this. I'm doubling it just to give it depth, some more depth. Okay, right around here, sort of covering this lower, whatever you call this, chest plate. There's going to be 4 cylinders that are going to be that I'm going to draw. So let's just outline them for now. 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one is kind of further up 4. I want to make sure that they're even. Okay, so there you've got 4 cylindrical shapes, and I won't worry about them right now. What I will worry about is drawing a line that goes across, like so, and then here, in between, and then going down, like that. Okay? Now there's like this, you know, I really don't know what they are. If you guys do, let me know. There's like a rectangular little thing over here. And so what I'm doing is I'm drawing 2 lines. I'm drawing this rectangle going across. It kind of looks like that, right? There you go. And this has a circle and another circle inside. Color that in. And a bit of a little button down here as well. Okay. Square there, another square inside. Just some designs. And then another outline, like this thing that we did here. Got to do it on the other side as well. All the way down. Okay. Now all we're left with are those cylindrical shapes, and so let's start shaping them. So shape them first. They're a little bit wider than the bandolier is wide. So there's a curve right there, and then there you go. I'm trying to keep them about the same size. Okay, I'm going to draw the edges here. And then 1, 2 lines, 2 lines each going across, and then 2 lines going across over here as well. And I think that's it. We're just going to keep it simple. And there you go. Okay. Now, before we do this part, let's do this lower part since we're already here. And what I want to do is I want to create a bit more of a gap between the top and the bottom. So it's going to look like that. And then this goes down like so. Okay, there's lots of like scratch marks on here, so feel free to add that when you start inking it. Okay, this goes down. And then now let's work on the center part. And there's the center line. What you want to do, what we should do first is from here I'm going to draw like this diamond looking shape. It's not quite a diamond. 2 lines across here. If you drew your strap over it, that's fine. Just draw it underneath the strap. That is completely up to you. Okay, and then diamond shape. It's more of a, it's actually a hexagon. Okay, and then I'm going to make that line thicker. Make a V at the top and the bottom. And then line in the middle. There you go. And then what you want to do now is you want to kind of build the armor around that. So it sort of goes around it and then down. This goes up like that. Okay, this goes up. So here you don't really see it, but we are going to create a second line over here just to show depth. I'm going to erase that line, the center line there. And there you go, and then I'm going to add a little bit more over here. Reiterate those lines. Okay, at this point right here, there's kind of a bit of a curve. Like that. Okay, and then lastly, we're down to shoulder. We're going to draw the lip of this shoulder pad right here first. So we did this one already earlier. This is going to go up. So it makes this L shape. And then this just goes outward and then down. Zooming out a bit so you guys can see, what you want to do is you want to copy the same seams you have here onto the other side. So, okay, and then this goes down. Okay, here we have this. You want to draw the same thing over on this side. Okay, armpit. Seams. More seams, and then wrinkles over here. I'm kind of just being random with the wrinkles. And then lastly, a little glimpse of the gauntlet. and goes down. Okay, and then 2 lines here. It looks like there's something going like this. Okay, and then just bring that in. And I think that's it, you guys. Is there anything else? Did I miss anything else? I think we're good. So there's the Mandalorian. This is the early armor. This is the beginning of the series. This is what he wears. So let's zoom out now so you guys can see the Mando. And there you go. Before we go, you guys, I do want to add, no, this is not in the reference photo below, but I do want to add the rifle, the M-band rifle that he's got here on the shoulder. So what we're just going to do is going to be just very simple. Looks like that. Okay, narrow, it gets really wide. Just looking at the reference photo elsewhere. Okay, I'm gonna make that a little bit wider. So there you go, kind of looks like a wine glass. And then U-shape, like so. Okay, so that's just the sniper rifle, and actually he uses it for many things, but there we go. Now he's equipped with another weapon, and that's it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I will catch you in the next one. Stay tuned and take care. And you guys, that is all the time that we have for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in all the way to the very end. I appreciate that a lot. If you guys are proud of your drawings, I would love to see them. So head on over to Instagram, tag me at draw2 so I can see your masterpieces. If you guys are ever curious about the tools that I use for drawing or the equipment that I use to make these videos, I have links in the description of this video, so make sure you guys check that out. If you are feeling extra generous, I have links down in the description as well for different ways that you can show your support on this channel. I already mentioned Patreon, but there are other ways as well, so be sure to check those out. Links in the description. Your contributions go a long way in ensuring that I can continue making videos just like this for you guys to enjoy free of charge. Again, if you guys like this video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video right here, comment down below, and share this with your friends in your social media. And speaking of social media, don't forget you guys can find me on Instagram, on Facebook, and of course on my website draw2.com, where you can find a free coloring page based on the tutorial drawing that is found in this video. Again, you guys, all of the links to those are found in the description of this video, so be sure to check that out. Finally, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. And yeah, stay tuned for more so you can learn to draw too. I'll see you guys next time.